Hello, YouTubers. I'm not an expert, and today I thought I'd talk a little bit about back saws. I don't really know a lot about back saws, but I apparently own quite a few. So here's the ones I can find. I think this is all of them that I actually own. There might be some hiding in the basement or behind something. But let's take a quick look at what I have. This is what nowadays the internet has sort of taught us to call a gent saw. When I was a kid, we would just call this a dovetail saw, because all dovetail saws had a straight handle. It was the early 80s, late 70s. Hand tool woodworking wasn't really that popular. Everything was power tools. So a lot of people had one of these just for doing small cuts. They really probably weren't even making dovetails with it. I have no idea what brand this is. It was cheap. I got it at the flea market. Then we go to the expensive. This is a Veritas, and this is their fine-toothed one. So I think it's 20 teeth per inch. It's very modern looking, but it is a back saw. Right? It has a spine. And it is really pretty nice. And I like the handle a lot, the way it feels. It does look a little strange. The finish on it is very durable, but not very, I don't know. It looks a little plasticky, but it's a good saw. I really do like it. And I think if you're looking for new, it's definitely worth taking a look at. Okay, this is a Diston, right? From the looks of it, let's do some analysis. It's got a beech handle with those look like aluminum, so that'll kind of tell you the date of these. This is pretty late production. I don't know when it's from. I don't remember where I got this. Probably at the flea market. It's kind of a big one. I don't know how many teeth per inch. I've never used it for anything. It's been hanging in my garage. I kind of forgot about it. You also see the etching is clearly very modern. So this is, probably 60s or 1970s, maybe even later. The handle is it's pretty awful, really. It's a nice piece of wood, though. It's just barely shaped. Okay, and if you look, I had an earlier video where I fixed up. Here it is. Here's one. This is a Spear & Jackson. So this is a modern saw that I bought on Amazon. It's brass-backed. And I resharpened this one to be cross-cut, and it works pretty good. And I used Rex Kruger's template that you can get for free at rexkruger.com. I used his template to reshape the handle, right, which did look a lot like this handle before it started. It was actually kind of worse, and able to make it really pretty nice and comfortable without too much work. A lot of fun. So again, if you're looking for new, the Spear & Jacksons, they're worth taking a look at. You will have to fix them up. The handle isn't that nice, and the blade needs a little work. But Rex Kruger gives a really good tutorial on how to do that. Here in the back, another one, a little longer. Same thing. This one is rip cut. I really like the quality of the cut that it creates. And I like what I did with this handle. That's the original beech with boiled linseed oil as the finish. And it feels really good in my hand. And it looks a lot nicer. And I'll put a link to my video up there, I think. So you can go check out what I did to fix that up. Make a nice saw. And then we're back to some other old ones. This is a Diston that I did the same thing with the handle on. This had a really clunky wood handle. It's beech, and looking at the medallions, this is beech probably from the 1950s, early 50s maybe. It's got a pretty heavy spine on it. It does say cast steel, Henry Diston & Sons, Philadelphia. Well, Philadelphia. Warranted, which doesn't mean much. Still got some paint on it, but this was very rusty, so I evapor-rusted it, which didn't take that paint off. But sometimes I kind of like the paint. The paint kind of, reminds me of all the tools we had when I was a kid. I always had some house paint on them. My dad was a do-it-yourselfer. Okay, this is an Atkins. The medallion's on upside down. And you may have seen this in one of my recent flea market find videos. I did evapor-rust the blade. I really like that evapor-rust. It's pretty effortless. You can see the pitting is still there. I didn't sand. You could probably sand that out, but I don't think it needs to. It's not raised sections. It actually cuts pretty good. I left the handles alone, their original patina, as you might call it, because I just couldn't make a decision. It's pretty beat up. I kind of like the finish that's on it, so I just left it alone. This does have a crack right here. There's a crack running that way. But But, you know, excellent garage sale find. This is an old Jackson. I bought this on eBay because I never thought I'd find a real one. This is, so Jackson, I believe, from my internet research, is a Diston, like a lesser brand from Diston. And it says warranted cast steel. Get that to focus. There you go. That's a pretty nice saw. I paid, I don't know, $40 or $50 for this on eBay, and you can see quite a bit of pitting on the back of the blade. But it does cut nicely. It works. It's a perfectly good saw. And this last one, this is the no-name one from my garage sale finds a couple weeks ago. And I evapor-rusted this blade also to get it cleaned up. And you can see some pitting. But I'll tell you, that pitting doesn't affect how the saw works. It's cosmetic, right? Because it's a lower section. It doesn't stick out, so it doesn't rub, doesn't affect anything, you know. So no harm in it. So which of these is the best? None of them. They're all about the same. Some of them are sharpened better than others. This one cuts pretty good. This one is okay. I think it could use a sharpening. Let's see. I'm real happy with this one. I've already done the sharpening. This is the only one I have that's crosscut, and it works fine. Does a nice job. Not sure it's really worth it. If you're just doing really small cuts like dovetail stuff, you really don't need a crosscut. Never cut anything with that one, so I don't know. Anyway, how many of these do you need? Probably one. One is probably enough for everybody. You find one you like, maybe two if you want one with, like, this has very fine teeth, which is nice for smaller work. But yeah, you certainly don't need a big pile. But, you know, if you're going to hoard something, tools are a lot more fun than, I don't know, yarn. I don't know. I have no idea what people hoard. So this is part of my pile. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. Just admire them. All right, that's all I got for this week. We'll catch you later.